Hey MODOC42, congratulations on your 100 subscribers. It's a great milestone. It makes you feel good. It makes me feel good for you. On your question of where we think a great place to live, well, for me, the only place I could live would be here in Texas. My family's been here for 194 years. They came here long before Stephen F. Austin set up, their own little land grants and all this kind of stuff. Went and exploring to decide where they wanted to live, and then when Stephen F. Austin started up his group, they joined in so they could make it official. They actually crossed into Texas and stayed at a town called Jonesboro, I believe, and it's about 30 miles from where I live right now. And technically that was Arkansas back then, before they got into the territory. But anyway, for me it would have to be here in Texas. The climate here is great, and you've got the choice in different parts of the state. Down south it's warmer, more desert-like. You've got mountains and hills down in around San Antonio and Fredericksburg and all those places. It's really gorgeous. Up here in northeast Texas, we got the woods, and there's just a little bit of everything for everybody here. You just make your choice. The only two drawbacks I could think of for me, let's see, is, well, the snow actually stayed on the ground for a week last year. That's the first time that's happened in probably 10 or 15 years where I live. And we usually get 1 or 2 snows a year, and it lasts about a day. So that would be a drawback. But further south you go, unless you got to worry about that. I'm right here in the corner by Oklahoma and Arkansas. So, I guess I'm catching stuff from them. But maybe I'll think of another drawback in a minute, but it's kind of hard. But growing seasons are good. Like I said, a little further south you go, the longer it is. But we've had several years where we've got tomatoes off the tomato plants all the way up into December and January. So it does get hot here in Texas now. Now that would be the other drawback. I mean, we had a couple of weeks. Well, we almost set a record, or we did set a record for most days, consecutive days over 100 degrees. So you do have to take that in consideration. So I used to love the heat. I hate the cold. Now I'm kind of in the middle. I'd rather not have either one of them. The older I get, that is. But anyway, other than Texas, I've been everywhere driving a truck. I've been to all 48 lower states. And the only other place I would consider would be up in Idaho, close to Montana, up in the mountains there, because I just love it up in the mountains. But I just don't think I could handle the snow and working up there all the time. It just drives me crazy. But that's about the only other place I'd really seriously consider moving to. But yeah, if you haven't seen a lot of places, it's funny how many other places there are that are just as gorgeous as where you live, and you live in a gorgeous place. Personally, I couldn't live in California. The only place I've ever lived was here in Texas, except when I was in the Marines. And about 25 years ago, me and my brother got our income taxes back. We had a wild hair and said, let's go to California. So we loaded up the truck and off to Beverly. That lasted about 2 months, and we said, let's go back to Texas. So it's a slower pace here. Of course you can live around Dallas and Houston, and get the big city stuff, but I live about 100 miles east of Dallas and 100 miles the other way west of Texarkana. I'm kind of in the middle. So we got big cities within hour and 45-minute drive if we want to go do something in the big city, but we try not to. So you can find plenty of rural communities here with like-minded people. And if you decided to move here, I think you'd really enjoy it. But anyway, best of luck on your contest. And I hope just out of this contest you get 1,000 more. Alright, thanks MODOC. Great channel. And I do appreciate all your comments.